if you're looking for something that's long-term, that is less risky, that you know is going to work if done properly, and you have full control over the process, meaning if it doesn't work, you can change it and fix it so that it does work. Yeah, it's Facebook and Instagram ads. These are where most of your clients are. These are where, the people that have the problems you deal with, this is where they're looking at. This is what they're scrolling through. This is what they're going through every evening, on the weekends, after they're done work, whatever it is. So get on there and post. Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Jaden Vass. I'm here with my partner, Andrew Vass. We are the owners of Lead Shark Marketing, where we help naturopath and wellness clinic owners get more clients, get more patients in, finally fill their schedule. And we're doing a podcast today to show you some other marketing techniques of clinics around Canada and are actually around the United States as well, what they're doing currently in real time right now, how they're advertising, what it's looking like, what their landing page, their websites look like, how you book in with them, the customer journey, everything. We're going to be going through it, and we're going to be giving you our thoughts on what we would change, what we think is good, what we think is bad. We're going to rate them from 1 to 10 so you can get an idea of what you can do for your own clinic, because a lot of the time these clinics are very similar in the way they market. So advice for one might apply to many here. And what qualifies us to give this advice is, obviously, like I said, this is what we specialize in. We're very passionate about it. We have clients around Canada. Right now, we're expanding to the United States, clinic owners that we work with, and we help them get more clients. Not only that, but a few weeks ago, I built a fake wellness clinic. That means I created the ads, branding, logos, everything about it from scratch to make it seem legit to the average person, so I can market it just as a test. And I generated 11 appointments in the first 4 days, 7 appointments in the first 4 days marketing it there. And anyways, that's where our credibility comes from. And at the end of this, we're going to be going through a really commonly thought of question that we get asked a lot by clinic owners. And we know that a lot of people are probably thinking about this question right now watching this podcast. So that's going to be at the end. We're going to go through that. I think it's going to be very valuable for you guys. So stick around there. And without further ado, let's get into it here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so I'm going to be pulling up ads from what's called Facebook Ad Library. Now, Facebook Ad Library, for those of you that don't know, is just a library of all the ads running on both Facebook and Instagram. And through that, I can see, what they look like to a person who would be scrolling. And then I can also click on, see where it's directed to, the landing page or website that they bring people to. And we're going to be going through each ad here. And we're going to see what it looks like. We're going to critique it. We're going to watch it together. And yeah, we're going to see how this goes. So I have the first one loaded up here. Let me share my screen really quick. All right. So as you can see here, I'm going to click into this just to make it a little bigger. This is for Yellow Gazebo Natural Healthcare. Now, by the way, just a quick shout out, anyone here that either we may actually go through your clinic, maybe your clinic's running Facebook ads and we actually end up going through it, reach out to us, because we would love to talk about it more and see what else we can go through and possibly do a more in-depth version of this. But if you run a clinic and you want us to go through what your marketing strategies are like right now and see what we would say about it, hit us up as well and we can go through that. This is all open. We're not hiding anything. We're not keeping any secrets here. We'll talk through everything, give you our honest opinion, and you can either take it and, run away with it, or you can, however you use it, that's up to you. We're just here to give you our opinion of what we would change and what we would keep the same. Okay, so let's look at this one here. I'm going to start off by going through the ad. Now, sometimes these things are really loud, so I'm going to just turn it down a little bit. I'm going to full screen it, and we'll watch it together.
I sense tension.
Yo, Gazebo Hero, you're here!
Indeed. I'm off to fly to 840 to help restore balance and reduce tension. Monitor things for me here, will you, Kimia?
You can count on me.
I'll be back.
Yellow Gazebo Hero!
How's the tension situation here?
Under control. Katie's helping pelvic floors, Hygiene's rebalancing energy, and our two Sarahs are keeping both minds and spines aligned.
Excellent. The 840 location is secure. Back to 802. How's tension here at our 802 location?
Yang's improving mobility, Kai's easing muscles, and Corinne's keeping spines moving smoothly.
Perfect. 2 clinics 1 block apart with a single mission, helping Toronto restore balance and reduce tension.
Okay.
I sense.
So, Andrew, you're the one who shared this ad. You want to, talk me through what you think after watching that?
Yeah, I mean, it's great for awareness. I mean, you probably saw me laughing through it. Like, it's funny, obviously. Like, it grabs your attention, let's just say. I mean, obviously, his point is to talk about all the different services they offer and how they help with tension. But it's more of an awareness ad, I feel like, and less of like directed towards tension specifically. Because if you did, it should have called it out straight away. If you go back and play the hook, I think it talks straight about.
I sense tension.
Yellow Gazebo Hero, you're here!
Indeed. I'm off to fly to 8.
Yeah, so it didn't really like. I mean, obviously, it talks about tension, but you don't really know exactly what it is, and it's kind of just more of an awareness ad and not specifically to advertise for a service.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, I think it's funny. I think that it's a cool skit that they pulled here. What I think is this is going to get a lot of people that maybe watch it, but I don't think that this is going to generate a whole lot of actual leads, or schedules or bookings, whatever you want to call it, because it's not really direct. It doesn't do a good job of actually like, hey, if you have this problem, we have this service that can help you reach the solution you want for your problem. It doesn't really talk about that. It's just a fun skit, which I love fun skits. I think though that it shouldn't be run as an ad. I would post this on social media. That's what I would do. This feels like it should be a social media post, not necessarily a ad that you run and try and get bookings from it. But let's see where it takes us here. This is, by the way, this is for Halloween. It looks like specifically is what they're running this for. So maybe it's a limited time thing. I don't know. Maybe they're just doing it for fun. I don't know, but we'll go through. We'll see where it takes us when I click book now. Now I'm gonna have to quickly switch screens here. Okay, so this is where it takes you when you click the ad. Not the okay, I know what this is. Just
It's just
Jane
the Jane
app.
app.
Yeah, so I don't know if maybe you can't see that at the top there, but it says in the URL Jane app. Jane app is what 90% of clinics use, maybe even more than that. And it just allows you to book with them. Yeah, not a huge fan of this because, like I said, the ad doesn't even direct people that greatly to the specific service they would want. So then to have them just come and then just say, hey, book now with whatever treatment you want. Like, how many people are going to watch that ad, click it, and then be like, yeah, I want to book in because that ad told me what I need to know to book in. It's good. That's why I'm saying I think it's going to get a lot of views. I think that you're going to get a lot of people that watch it. I think you're going to get laughs. Are you going to get people that book in? Probably not. What do you think about that?
Yeah, kind of like what you were saying. Like the entire point of us doing this is we're critiquing people's systems to see if they will actually like generate it, like scheduled appointments. And if you're looking at this, it doesn't really direct it towards anything. Like there's no pain point mentioned really in the ad. Like it talks about tension, but it's not really saying like if you have tension, it just says, oh, if there's tension. So it's not really addressing anything. And then it kind of just goes to a very vague thing where it's like, oh, you should know exactly what you want, like chiropractor, massage, whatever it is. But like if I'm someone who has tension, you should be telling me, well, hey, there's chiropractor for this and it helps with this. And this is what you'll see if you do this treatment plan. something like that will benefit a lot more and get you more booked in people than having something very vague like this. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. Okay, so now do you want to rate this now? Is that where we're at? Out of 10, what do you, and by the way, when we're rating these things, we're rating it not only on the ad itself, but also on the landing page. This is it's all put together as far as what is the customer journey like when people watch the ad go through, what does that feel like? I'm gonna let you go first here. What would you rate this out of
Yeah.
10?
So like obviously on the basis I just talked about before, like it's this, we're talking about the system to see if someone's going to book an appointment. I'd rate this probably a 2 out of 10 or 3, like probably 2.5, let's say. But the reason why is because it's just so vague. Like you're not really directing anyone in any sort of like way, and there's not even a landing page. It's kind of just a booking page. So yeah, I'd say like a 2 or 3 out of 10.
I'd probably say if your goal is to get bookings out of this, which that's how we're judging it, I'd probably say like, yeah, probably about a 3 out of 10. That's what I would judge. If your goal is to get bookings, I'd rate this a 3 out of 10.
All right,
Okay.
let's move on to the next one here.
Yep, let's go. So next one I'll pull up. This one is also shared by Andrew here. I'm pulling up these, and I have to share my screen each time. So while I'm talking here, that's just what I'm doing, just so everyone's aware. Let me go into this ad so you guys can see it.
Beauty.
Okay, perfect. Okay, let's give this
Can
a
I be real with
watch. Turn it down. Full screen. Okay, let's see
Can I
it.
be real with you guys for a second? I have been really struggling with brain fog and low energy, especially with the gloomy Vancouver weather settling in. That's why I decided to book a naturopath appointment at the newly opened Sparsh Wellness Retreat. This experience has made me realize that my health concerns were valid, and for the first time in a very long time, I felt truly heard. The doctor took my concerns seriously and prescribed a personal healthcare plan, which includes natural supplements and lifestyle adjustments to address my energy levels, and it has been life-changing. Plus, they directly billed to my extended healthcare provider, making it super convenient. It's never too late to level up your healthcare, so go see it for yourself. Can I be real with you guys for a second? I have been really
Okay, I'll go through this one first. I'm just gonna watch the first
Can I be
few
real with you
seconds
guys
here
for a
again.
second? I have been really struggling with brain fog and low energy, especially with the gloomy Vancouver weather settling in.
This is a really good ad.
Yeah.
This not only is she confident when she's talking, but her hook is amazing. And it's coming from a personal experience, which is great. It's like a story that you're going through. It gets people curious, and then they relate to it. They're like, "Yeah, I've felt that. Oh yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah, I live in Vancouver. It's gloomy weather. Yeah, I also feel brain fog when I wake up. It's hard for me to get work done." And she knows that there's going to be other people like her when she's explaining her story, explaining her pain. And
Yeah.
just by her articulating it in such a great way, people are going to relate to this, and they're going to say, you know what, I'm kind of curious what this is, because it seems like she had the exact same problems I did. So I think this is a fantastic ad. It gets
Mhm.
people's attention. It goes through it. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I put it on here to just show like what a really, really good ad is. It's pretty much showing the entire client process. Like she says, "Oh, I have these feelings because of this." Okay, I'm in this place. She says Vancouver, so people automatically are like, "Hey, I have brain fog. I'm in Vancouver." And then she talks about, "Okay, so then I went to see a naturopath." Oh, and then the person who's thinking about it is like, maybe I should go see a naturopath if this is what helps. And then she goes through the entire process. She shows her walking in the door. She shows her going into the treatments. Like it's the entire client process journey through the entire thing, which like drops everyone's like wall or whatever you'd call it, but builds trust pretty much with any future client.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay, let's take a look at where they direct people. Let me just switch. Okay. Okay. Right off the bat, I like the video here in the background. It catches attention. It shows what it looks like. It also just looks nice. I love having videos in the background like this. Yeah, not a fan. No, not only is this headline too small, it's kind of shoved down in the corner, but I'm not a fan of what it actually says as well. Haven and gateway, those are words when people read that's meaningless. Like, what does that actually mean to someone? Oh yeah, I have the best thing. Oh yeah, it's your gateway to success. Like these are words that don't have a lot of meaning attached to them. So not a fan of the headline off the bat. I'm just gonna scroll down a little bit here and see what else it says. Um, Welcome to Sparsh Wellness Retreat. Okay, this is a little bio. I don't mind this to give a little bio, give a little about segment of where they are, what it's about, what their mission is, services underneath. I don't mind that. Okay, I'm gonna let you just talk about what you see here, Andrew, and then I have something in mind of a suggestion of what I would personally do, and I think if they did this, they would probably double the amount of bookings they got, but I'll let you go
Yeah.
through it.
No, I totally agree. Like, first off, center that title, make it bigger, and then also call out exactly what you just talked about in the ads in some sort of way. Like, literally just say, if you live in Vancouver and you have like brain fog or this, blah, 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 then do this or then book this care plan. So it's like, it's a very simple thing. Obviously, there's more things you could get into about it, but it's the simplest plan ever to help with that. But yeah, even if you just did that to your title, it will for sure almost double the conversion from people going onto the landing page. But yeah, and then if you keep going down, um, yeah, the bio and everything's good as well. I mean, they could probably go into more details about each thing instead of just having a very broad thing of like, oh, pick your.
It does
It's kind
allow
of like
me
the last
it
time.
does allow me to click, like if I click this, let's see what happens. Okay, so it does actually take you to a page that goes through what it helps with, everything. Okay, so this is actually what I was going to say. Why don't you have something like this as soon as people go on the main website?
Yeah, that's true.
What they want help with, like right at the top. So this is when people see the ad. Do a better headline that is more focused on who you like, what you actually solve, the type of people you want go into your clinic. Right underneath, have something like, hey, we help people who have, all these conditions, or if you have this pain, we help you. And go through that, because that's going to attract people. They're going to say, okay, well, the ad talked about, that. Oh, there's also this, there's that, there's this. Like, this is not confirming anything. The ad was so good, but there's nothing here that confirms, oh yeah, this is exact. If I had brain fog and I went to this, I'm not reading anything here that's like confirming, oh yeah, I should go here for my brain fog. If anything, I'm a little confused because I'm like, there's so many services. Well, is this the right thing that I was supposed to go through? And that's not, if I was doing it, this is what I think would make a huge difference. I would make a separate page specifically about brain fog and bring people through that. And I think if you did that and connected that, that page to this good of an ad, I think you would double the amount of bookings personally. But even if you didn't want to do that and you just wanted to keep it on the homepage, fix the headline, add something in. If you are this person, we help you. We help people with these problems. We help people with these conditions. Whatever it is, add that into the top here, just so people understand what that means. And then I love when I when I click into the chiropractor thing, you have this right underneath, everything you need to know. Like, this is the kind of things you should actually have on your homepage there.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, now I'll rate it here. I'll give it out of 10. The ad is going to carry this rating a lot because of how good it was. With it combined, their entire system they got running here, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I was thinking around there too. Like the only thing that's dropping this is that like you're gonna have such a high click-through rate because of that ad, and then you're gonna get here and people, well, if they have brain fog, I mean, they're probably gonna get lost. But what I'm saying is just like, I mean, you could just fix those few things and then you guys would be like easily doubling your conversion. So yeah, I'd probably rate it a 7 as well.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the next one here. Let's keep it rolling.
Beauty.
Like I said before as well, if anyone wants to send us their clinic, if we go through your clinic, please hit us up. We'd love to do a more in-depth version of this where we can go through everything. And even you could come on and we could talk to you, ask you questions. That would be awesome. So please let us know. Okay. Okay, this is a graphic ad here. This is not a video this time, which that's good. We'll go through a graphic. Usually, by the way, videos almost always perform better than graphics. Now there are graphics that perform well, but as a rule of thumb, if you want the best performing ad, you usually want to do a video. Okay, let's look at this graphic. So YYC, that's Calgary. Tired, but tired of feeling tired. Okay. I don't know. I get where they're coming from, but I don't know if I love that with the wording of it, but I do get what they're trying to say there. Need energy, try not to. Okay, so right off the bat, you know what? I'll let you first go through this, Andrew. What are your thoughts about this?
Yeah, I mean, it's a graphic ad, like you said, so you're obviously not going to get as many people to click through for a graphic ad. But for a graphic ad, it does really call out exactly what they want. Like people who are tired, who need energy, and it tells them what they do. It's naturopathic treatment. And then it also says exactly where they are in Calgary. So you have all four of those things, which really meet the criteria of like what you want in a graphic ad at least. But I think it could obviously have been done better. Like the tired but tired of feeling tired, you could have literally just removed that and then put something like a bit more detail, like if you are, then try naturopathic treatment for fatigue, something like that, or if you have this pain. Anyways, that's kind of my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I actually think that this is pretty good. The changes I would make personally, I would use a different photo in the background. That looks like a hospital. I'm not a huge fan of the photo they used. And I would change that headline, the tired but tired of feeling tired. It just sounds weird. I don't like the wording, but I do like the background. It's popping, eye-catching, location there, and they're niching down about fatigue. I actually think this is really solid. Other than those two things, I think this ad would actually do pretty well. Let's go into their landing page, see what that looks like here. Okay, right off the bat, something messed up is going on here. If not, this is such an odd headline format. I've never seen anything like that before. Feeling good. Okay, this should be right off the bat. This is what I would change. If I'm what is this clinic called? VeraVita. If I'm VeraVita, whoever built your website, first of all, put the headline in the middle and make it big like that. I don't know. I've never seen a headline like that. And then put this here. Put that at the top. This is a great headline. This headline right here. Put that at the top and put that right here. That will
Yeah,
get
and literally
people.
just put what's underneath as the subheader
Yeah,
as well.
that
Like,
will get people to want to read more. Right off the bat, isn't just life. Okay, this was generated by AI. I can tell as soon as I read the first sentence, I can tell, but that's fine. Most people can't. It's your body's way of saying something's off. I don't, this is okay. It's very AI though. Like right off the bat, I could tell it was AI. So yeah, common causes. Okay, this is good. I like this. reasons why you would feel fatigue, chronic fatigue. They have these kinds of issues. If you know you have one of these issues, that's going to make you very interested. I like that. IV therapy. How's your okay, so I'm not going to go through this entire thing here, but really most people aren't. They're just going to look at the top. This also, I'm not sure, instead of just saying 5-star Google rating at the top here, why don't you actually show some of the reviews instead of just saying 5-star? Other than that though, I do think it's pretty good. What are your thoughts here, Andrew, and then give it a rating.
Yeah, I mean, like it's just very small tweaks, like to make this actually be like above a 7, I'd say on the scale. Like they just need to tweak a few things, but I'd say probably like a 5 as it is right now. I mean, like the system like could use some solid improvement. I mean, the ad was all right, but it's also just like a random lady in a chair, the first thing you see. Like you could just remove that photo completely because you use it 3 times, and what I've seen, like the ad and the main page photo, and then literally you scroll down like a little bit and then see the same person. So you could switch that up. But yeah, I'd say like probably a 5.
Yeah, for me, I'm between a 5 and a 6. That's where, what I'm thinking for this. Yeah. Okay, well, let's go to the next one here.
That was the third one we did, right?
Yeah, that is the third one we did. We have 2 more we're gonna go through here, and then I'm gonna show everyone what I don't have my ads loaded up that I was running. I'm not currently running them right now for a fake wellness clinic I mentioned at the beginning, but I'll go through our landing page. So what that looks like, I can easily pull that up. That generated those 7 appointments in the first 4 days, and those 7 appointments are real legit people, got all their contact info, and if anyone wants to know how I did that and more in depth, there's actually a webinar that I made of me going through as if I was a customer, how I made my naturopath or my fake wellness clinic, and how you can take the exact same thing I did and apply it to your clinic, no matter what kind of clinic you have. It will work for you. I can pretty much guarantee it. So if you want to watch that, there'll be a link somewhere, below this video where you can check that out. Let's move on here. Okay, let's watch this video. Full screen it. Go through it here.
All that built up tension.
Okay, so I wanted to review this ad, so I'll go first here. Now, this is not, I'm going to be honest, this is not a great ad. This is not something that's going to generate a whole lot of people that are even interested. The first thing you see is just a door with your logo, and then you see a guy in an infrared, and then it just says experience change. Yeah, okay. Or sorry, not infrared, red light. And it just says experience change at the top. That means that's meaningless. That's sort of just jargon that you're throwing out there. And then the rest of it's very similar, where it's just random things. And there's no voices, there's nothing said other than randomly in the ad, there's just someone that says, I think they just whisper tension randomly halfway through it. So I'm not a huge fan of this. I think it definitely could be improved a lot. I think that if you had someone at least narrating this, talking about who it's for, what the common problems people come in with, what they want fixed with, how your treatments can help with certain issues, why someone would go to your clinic and not somebody else's. These are the kinds of things you want to put in your ad. This isn't going to make people want to take a whole lot of action. What do you think here, Andrew? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you could just move on. You pretty much covered it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go onto their website here. I'll share that.
Just realistically, just be more direct on who you're talking to. Like if that ad's fine if you want to just use it for content, but it's not really an ad. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Family health clinic. Is this all one family? Wow. Big. There's no way that's all one family. If
a
it
lot of
is,
girls.
then wow, that's a big family. Okay. Okay, that's it. That's literally, this is the end of the scroll.
Oh,
So
that's all it says?
that's all it says. That's all it's bringing me to.
Okay.
Um, you want to go through this and just this is pretty quick, so it shouldn't take that long for you to,
Yeah, there's not really a header at all. It kind of talks about what they do, just like all their treatments, I guess. But if I don't know what I need, that's not really helpful. It's not really listing out anything those things do. And then it's just like a book now underneath that. That's
Yeah,
you
which
can
by the
barely
way, I didn't
see.
even see until my mouse went over it. I didn't even know it
Yeah.
was there until my mouse
It should
like popped
actually
over it.
be like, yeah, anyways, there's a lot of things that could be improved. First off, put a fat head title like there that doesn't just say like family health clinic, that talks about like who you help or some sort of thing like that. You could literally just do the simplistic one that we've said before. But yeah, if you keep going down, the subheader is pretty much just treatments, and then schedule an appointment, learn more about, and then visit our blog. Yeah, so you're not really telling who your patient or like the people you see are, who you help, anything like that. You just list stuff, so it's very generic. And if I'm someone who has no clue and I have some sort of problem and I open this, I'll be like, I have no clue, and exit out.
If I'm Inspired Wellness and I'm doing their marketing, let's say, the first thing I would do is remove that ad, and I would target the problems they deal with the most. So, what is the most common type of person that comes into their clinic? Is it chronic pain? Are they athletes? Are they old, seniors? They young women, pregnant women? Who's coming into their clinic most commonly, or at least who do they want at most? Who makes them the most money? Who returns back the most? That's what I would be figuring out. And then once I figured that out, let's make an ad that focuses on them. Hey, if you are so-and-so dealing with, X problem and you're looking for Y solution, let's do that. And then when they go to the website here, the headline, that the first thing they see, it then reinforces that. Hey, if you are this person, if you are dealing with this problem, we offer a solution to this problem. Want a solution to problem without going through what you've already gone through that hasn't worked. Something like that. Put it on, and then, you have your services here. That's fine. You want to list out your services. That's great. You want to say you're a family health clinic. Awesome. Put that underneath. Talk about who you are, why people should go to you. Why are you different than any other clinics? And yeah, that's how, if I'm running their marketing, like all they need to do really is do an analysis of who are their clients, who is coming to their clinic, who do they want to serve, and then really dig into that. But if I'm rating this out of 10 total, I'll give this a 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, like a 3, because at least it has some sort of like landing page, but it's not really much. At this
No.
point, you might as well just make it a booking page.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, 3 out of 10. But yeah, if
Maybe
Inspired
even 2,
Wellness,
to be honest. But yeah,
if
because the ad
Inspired
is just
Wellness
not great.
wants to reach out to us, yeah, we can help you out if you guys want to hop on a personal call or something like that.
Yeah, or if you just want to, ask us questions about what, I already went through briefly what I would do, but, I always want to explain more. And that's the whole reason why we're doing this podcast, is so that we can, talk about what what we would change, how we would approach things, and I think it's going to be really helpful for a lot of people. So I have one last one that I want to go through here. I'll pull it up right now.
Health can feel so overwhelming, but it definitely wasn't with Aeon Future Health and the team. The naturopath and the doctor here have been in touch and prescribed supplements and medication that worked best for me to ensure I was achieving my goals. Throughout, I felt that they were checking my hormones, checking my supplements, and my medications to make sure that I was on track to reach my goals. The best part is that it was achievable and sustainable. And if we needed to make tweaks along the way, add an IV therapy, or change anything, they were able to do that. Health can feel so overwhelming, but
Okay, before I go through this here, or Andrew, I'll let you talk about this one first, but do you want to watch the hook again before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Health can feel so overwhelming, but it definitely wasn't with Aeon Future Health and the team. The naturopath and the doctor here have been in touch and prescribed supplements and medication that work best for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your
No,
thoughts?
I think that's a really good ad. I mean, it kept me engaged the entire time. Obviously, it's directed to people who are overwhelmed by the healthcare system, and it's saying how this clinic that she went to walked her through the whole process, and if she wanted to make changes or anything like that to it, that they did it easily for her. And she kind of also listed out some of the things they did. It's not really directing it to a problem people have, I guess. Like, if I'm going to a naturopathic person for a hormonal issue, she said she had hormonal issues, but if that's the reason as to why someone is going, then call that out instead of the like overwhelming thing should be a secondary clause to help people, not the first thing that you call out, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much what it.
Yeah, no, so I'm going to come at it from a slightly different angle. I'm just going to play the hook one more
Health
time.
can feel so overwhelming, but it definitely wasn't with Aeon Future Health and the team.
I'm going to give this ad credit, and I'm going to also give it some, pointers. The credit is whoever this lady is nailed it as far as how she's talking, the confidence she has, the storytelling ability. I think that was really well done. What I think could be improved massively here is the hook. I think the hook is very mediocre. The hook matters because if you're not enticing someone, if you're not getting someone interested within the first few seconds of your ad, it's going to be hard for you to get them to keep watching, let alone click onto your website. It's going to be a hard thing to do. So her hook is, are you feeling overwhelmed with healthcare? Which you might think, oh, well, people do feel overwhelmed, but that's so generic. That's like me saying, is life kicking you down? Like that it's such a generic thing to say, and it doesn't really talk to specific people because it's like so many people. You need to specify within that is what I'm saying. So if you're talking about here at the beginning,
Health can feel so overwhelming.
Health can feel so overwhelming. What does that mean? What are you overwhelmed with? Why is it overwhelming? What are the problems people deal with? When you say health can feel overwhelming, is it because of diets? People, struggling to stick to a diet? Is it because of sleep schedule? Is it because of exercise? Getting their cardio in? Is it working out? Why is life overwhelming for people? Are they going through? What are they struggling with? She's losing the connection there. That's the one thing I'll say, but I will say she does a great job as far as actually speaking and making sure the ad flows. It looks good. She does a great job at that. So
Yeah, she should be an actor for sure.
yeah,
No, that's kind of what I was getting at, is that, like, she said it's overwhelming, but that's not actually a problem the clinic solves. Unless they do counseling on how to go through healthcare or something. But I don't think that's what they solve. Obviously, path to health and energy. So, I mean, they could have also said that, like, if you're low on energy, then blank or something like that. But the entire ad was directed towards just the clinic made her, like, process through this, like,
Yeah.
good
Yeah. Okay.
and not overwhelming.
Let's look at the landing page here and just go through it real quick. So, um, your pathway to lasting health and energy. By the way, this is a very nice website as far as the design of it. Probably the nicest designed one for sure that we've looked at, 100%.
Oh, I like that one. The one size fits all.
Yeah. 1 year. I'm just looking through this right now. 1 year long program, 3 milestone. Okay, one thing I'm going to say here. I am confused of what this actually is. I don't know if you understand what this actually is, but the only reason why I kind of know is because on the ad it says lose fat and build muscles, book now. On the button, the call out. But as far as what the ad says and then the website you go to after, I expected it to be some sort of thing talking about nutrition, coaching, exercising, whatever it is. But it's sort of like the ad. It's just generic health terms thrown at you. And it's like, what is this and who is it for? Your pathway to lasting health and energy, fine. But like, what does that even mean to people? Does that even mean anything at all? That listens, evaluates, guides you through a tailored care plan to design your optimum. Okay, so what is a care plan? What is a care plan? Who is it for? Why am I the person that should go on a care plan? Or is it only for females? It's so generic that you're actually pushing away audience because people don't know who it's for and what, if they should actually do it. They're very unsure. Now what I will say, it's designed very nice, This is a very nice design website. Because of the ad, I know that it's something to do with a accountability coach, nutrition counseling. It's something along the lines of that. Even the photos, you can tell here, it definitely is like a lose weight, get in the gym, do cardio, eat right, coach type idea. And oh, this is pretty cool down here. Just saw that for the first time. Wow. Very, very, very nice designed websites. For sure the nicest I've seen. Even the scroll effect I'm going through right now. What's funny is you could have a website that's not nearly as designed, to the point of this one, and yet it would work better because they're just more specific about who they're talking about. I'm gonna rate this out of 10, and then Andrew, I'll let you do the rating, but I'm gonna say it is and again, this is for the ad and the landing page going through the whole system. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. I think maybe it's between 6,
Compared to the
7.
last one we did, I'd say it's like a 5. Because
You're gonna go 5? Okay.
I think you're overlooking it because of how well designed the website is, and you do design websites, but truly, like, as a client or their client going through this, like, I thought actually from the ad I was going to a naturopathic clinic or something because it was talking about IV treatment and stuff like that, and I'm like very confused that because I didn't read any of the other stuff. But anyways, I'd rate it like a 5. Same as that other one that was a bit confusing.
Yeah, I'm between a 6 and a 7 there. So I'll have to yeah. Well, this is the only one here that we sort of, differ on, but we're pretty much saying the same thing. If I'm Aeon, however you pronounce that, make it focus on someone. I don't know if anyone's, going through this and thinking about what the common thing we're saying here, but if you can't tell, it's figure out who goes to your clinic, figure out who your clientele is, ask some questions. Why are they going there? What kind of problems do they have? What solution do they have in mind that you're helping them with? What are the treatments that you're doing? Why are they getting those treatments? What is the reason? Why is the problem that they have that they're going to your clinic for? Why is that problem so agonizing for them? Why do they need to get it solved? What is it prohibiting them from being able to do? These are the kind of questions that you need to know, and probably most of the clinics we went through today don't know how to answer those questions, other than maybe the first one that did a great ad about brain fog and and fatigue there. But Yeah, and that kind of leads into this segment where I want to address a common question that we hear from people and that we work with or we talk to, and these are clinic owners, and it ranges from naturopath, chiropractor, osteopath, anyone like that. And a very common thing we hear is, what is the easiest way to get more bookings? And this is not, it's not like a one sentence answer. This is a little bit complex, but they're looking for the easiest possible way. Yeah, I have some bookings right now. I'm just looking for the easiest way to just get a little bit more. I want to just get a little bit more per month and then I'm good. Let's just say they have 20 bookings in a month. Oh yeah, I would like 30 bookings in a month. So if I just found a way to get 10 more in a month, that'd be awesome. What is the easiest way I could do that? Now I want to address that on this podcast because, like I said, we get asked it a lot. What is the easiest way to do it? The easiest way to do it, plain and simple, would be through referrals. And I think, Angie, you agree with that. But obviously, you can't create referrals on demand. I can't go, if you're a clinic owner, you can't say, well, I'm going to just get a bunch of referrals. Where do you get referrals from? You get it from the people that come to your clinic. Okay, you don't have control over that. That means it's random. Who knows when you're going to get referrals from? So referrals only work if you're going to specifically ask people, hey, I want a referral, or hey, do you have any friends that could, and you maybe give them an incentives to do it. But that would be the easiest way, but the chances of that working is low. So that will be the easiest way, but the chances are low. What do you think about that, Andrew, going through that?
I mean, if I were a clinic owner and I had a bunch of clients already, the first thing you should be doing is either making an email, like some sort of email campaign or something, and start calling your current clients and ask them for referrals, some sort of thing like that. Obviously, like Jaden said, it's not like a long-term thing. It's only short-term because you only have a certain amount of clients. But that is the easiest way to get more bookings, is just to start by doing that. Start from inside and then work your way out. But like Jaden said, again, it's not going to last long term. Like, that's something that you can do for the short term if you want maybe an extra few every month or something like that, which it will benefit. I think every clinic should do that. But other than that, I'd say Facebook ads is the second best option, because of just the how narrowed down you can get and specific you can get with people when advertising to them. So I'd say Facebook ads is next.
Yeah, and just to add to that, referrals, not only is it not long term, but you can't rely on them. There's no way you have no control what someone else says to their friends, how they refer. You have zero control over that. So it's hard to say, oh, I'm gonna get a bunch more appointments from referrals when you don't even have full control over the process. Yes, of course you can incentivize people, you can ask them, you can do whatever, but you don't have full control over the process. You don't know what kind of referrals are going to come in. You have zero clue. You could get a lot of referrals, you could get none at all. So that's why I'm saying I think it's a little risky to rely on referrals. I think you should do it, like Andrew's saying, because it's the easiest way, but to rely on them is risky. If you're looking for something that's long-term, that is less risky, that is going to work if done properly, and you have full control over the process, meaning if it doesn't work, you can change it and fix it so that it does work. You have, that is all on you. And that would, it's Facebook and Instagram ads. These are where most of your clients are. These are where, the people that have the problems you deal with, this is where they're looking at. This is what they're scrolling through. This is what they're going through every evening, on the weekends, after they're done work, whatever it is. So get on there and post. Maybe it's organic. Maybe you actually run the ads, but get on there and get your name out, so that people can go through and look at you and book through. And even if you are sending them to your regular website, even if, whatever it is, when you create the ad and you're creating or video or post, whatever it is, make sure you can answer those questions about your clientele, who they are, what kind of problems they have, what the solution is they're looking for, why they're so concerned about getting their problem solved. Figure out exactly who your person is and then just tailor it to everything. A good way to look at this is to say, the best way to get someone interested is to articulate their problem better than they could articulate it back to you. If you can do that, it's almost guaranteed that you're going to get someone interested and they're going to want to, at least look into you, talk to you, figure out, if this can work for them. Do you have anything to add to that, or?
Pretty much summarize what Jaden said. So step one, you just want to figure out who your audience is, your avatar. So figure out who that person is. And then step two, you're making videos, recording some sort of content, either with some of your practitioners, or if you are a practitioner yourself, record things. And then also try and get testimonials from some of your clients currently. Like if you could even talk to them or do like an interview process, that's a great thing to have, because you can use that on either your website, you can use that for content, you can use that for ads. It's a great thing to do. And also just asking people for reviews as well is another thing. But yeah, just continue going out and doing that would be exactly what you need to do to just get that continually going
Okay.
through. So yeah.
Yeah, so going through that now, if you want a more detail on that, or you're like, oh, well, I do this, and I think that I've been told by my nephew that this method is the best method, or I should use AI and all this other stuff, talk to us and we'll work through it with you. We've used everything. Like this, it's not like we're new to this. We've gone through it all, so we can work through it with you and talk about why our opinions are the way they are. Now, what I brought up right now was my fake wellness clinic I created. I said at the beginning I wanted to go through this just to show you. I don't have the ads right now pulled up, but I just have the landing page. Just what people, when they click the ad, this is where they went to, just to show you what it looks like and why I did what I did. Now, obviously, you're going to make changes all the time. If I kept running this, I would probably change a few things up, but I did generate 7 appointments in 4 days. And if you think, okay, every 4 days I got 7 appointments, that would be, you would consider that great, then honestly, this for you, that means in a week, you're getting almost 14 new appointments in a week is what that means. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, then this is, that's why I'm going through this, so you can kind of follow it. Now, Andrew, do you want to just start off here with just really quick, like, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this, but just really quick, when people first look here, what they see, why it's important we say what we say here.
Question is obviously something that pops out, but still dealing with nagging pain or discomfort despite trying all the conventional fixes. If that is me who is dealing with that, I'm going to be like, dang, this person literally just shouted me out completely. And then right after that, it's the result. So it says the problem is the question, and then the result is right after that. Get to the root cause of your symptoms. And then it goes straight into book a call. This is super simple. I don't need to scroll anywhere or go any other place. It's just all right here. And technically, this is all the information I need to book a call, because I have everything in just this one little blurb. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'd agree with that. And yeah, this is, figuring out what kind of people want and what their problems are. And, we focused it more on the pain side of things, but we wanted to make it general. So then, it could work for everyone. That's why I say no matter what you do, it can work. If you actually niche it down, it will work better. And getting to the root cause of your symptoms, that's the problem a lot of people are dealing with. And then without more medications to dismissive appointments, that's the objection or what they keep doing, and it's making them frustrated, and they just want to figure out what's wrong with it, go through something that will analyze it and hopefully help them. And then another cool thing here, if I click book a discovery call, we have a survey where people go through where they talk about what their current health conditions are like, what they expect out of this treatment, what they want from it. And this helps clinic owners or, doctors, practitioners, when they hop on the call or they visit them, they have a sheet there where everything that they answered as far as, what they're dealing with, their problems, what they want from the clinic. That's all there in front of them. So you know what the person is, so you can more easily sell them. You can more easily talk to them about what treatment is right. You know what they're coming in for, and it just helps you prepare a ton. We do this for ourselves. We don't run a clinic, obviously, but for our marketing, we use a survey like this because it's so much better than going in, cold turkey into a meeting, and having to ask it every single time, figure it out then and there. It's better to have it before, be prepared, and then you can have a higher chance of actually converting the person. Okay, so that's all I want to show you
Thing
guys
I'd
there.
say,
Yeah,
another
sure,
thing
go
I'd say
up.
about
Yep.
that survey is that it also qualifies people. So a big thing we hear from a lot of even our clients that we talk to prior to them working to us is that they'd have people that just show up for like one appointment, then never show up again. So this kind of helps with that because this is pointing people and qualifying them through this survey. And if so, that helps as well. So it's always good to have that extra little step. But
Yeah. Yeah, of course. So that's going to mark the end of this. Now, like we said before, if you are a clinic owner, you want us to go through your clinic, we went through one of your clinics, please reach out to us. We want to do a more in-depth version. We want to talk to you, ask you questions. If you want to know more about our fake wellness clinic, that will be down below. You'll be able to look at that, how I built it, how you can apply what I did to your clinic like right now and get more appointments. You can look at that. And then obviously, or you can see our website here. That's just who we are, what we do, and just going through a little bit about our bio. And then you can, decide if you want to get in contact with us. That's where you want to do it. You can call us there and or email us, whatever it is, and we'll get back to you. But yeah, I think that's the end of this podcast. If you have any suggestions, please reach out to us. But again, thank you everyone here for joining, for listening. But yeah, that's it.